Shalom. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry I'm a little late here. Uh, I was running a little late. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But hi, I'm glad to see you all here. We're gonna wait a few more minutes to see others to join. If not, I'm going to start where I'm at. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom in the chat. All right. Okay. And we're going to cover something that's very important for us today. I believe there's someone, and I think I can't say how many because he has not given it to me, who all is involved. But the Most High Yah, let me tell you, he got somebody that has been hearing some things and they are already pressing forward, meaning they are one of the, or I don't know how many it is, but they're pressing forward as the bold ones that's coming in these last days, the ones we're going to need. The Most High wants me to say, don't get caught up in male and female, because the way he's doing it is not the mind of a man nor a woman. His thought is not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. Aren't you glad his ways are not like our ways? And I thank the Most High for that. We're still waiting for a few more people to join us in the chat. And the reason why I say that is he was laying on my heart to make sure you inform the people. I'm not looking for male and female. I have not created my will around male and female. Both came from me. So when I'm sending them out, Deborah, I'm sending them out from me, not from a male here and a female. So the bold ones that's going to step out and lead us and lead Deborah, it ain't going to be about a male and a female. They just going to have what Yah has placed in them to walk us through these last dark days. And I thank the Most High for them, because I look forward to seeing and meeting them, you know, because he had already informed me, Deborah, they're going to know more than you ever thought you knew. You see? And I love that, because he's telling me that they're going to be so wise and so knowledgeable. But the best thing that they're going to have the fullness of understanding. Okay? That means the Ruach HaKodesh is going to be with them day and night. They're going to know the Most High's word in its purest form. And isn't that wonderful that the Most High has set a certain period of life to where, hey, in these dark and evil days that's coming upon you, I'm sending those. I am sending those people that has that boldness in them, those that can speak my word, because I got it rooted so deep in them, you know. So they might have been in the wilderness. I didn't think to even had any idea if those bold ones was coming from the wilderness. I don't know what direction he's bringing them in. All I know is they're going to know more than I could ever think I know. So I look forward to that, because I think when they come in, I can get this comfort and this peace, you know, that the Most High Son help in these dark and evil days that we're about to approach. Because we're going to approach some days, y'all. We're going to approach some days. And hello, everyone in the chat. How you all doing? I'm glad to see you. And sister, you know who you are. You sent me a paragraph. I mean, really, what, 4 or 5 paragraphs. Let me tell you, you own it. You got it. You are one of those bold ones. I'm telling you, you are one of those ones he's sending for the last days to help us. You got what it takes. And what I mean, you got what it takes. He has put that in you. It's no way you could have said what you said unless he has rooted that in you and the way that you said it. See, when I hear people talk like that to me, guess what I have to do? I have to stand down. Not only do I have to stand down, I have to step back, because now he's sending those ahead of me. You see what I'm saying? So my time is to step back and give them room, hear what they're saying, and know. And when I heard this young lady, and she sent me a long, what, about 4 paragraphs, a message, I sat and I read every bit of it. And I knew that I was speaking to someone who understands spirit and truth. because she was saying things to me that I needed. Even though there's many things I've heard, don't think because Sister Deborah says she's a prophetess in the wilderness, she knows everything. I am not going to tell you that. But I tell you this, 21 years ago, he told me that I'm going to send a crew and they're going to know more than you know, meaning more than I've given you. They're going to know more than that. You know why? They're going to have to be able to tackle all these people on these platforms. They ain't going to have to come on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, but they're going to have to tackle all the people that everybody is misleading. They're going to have that right now word. They're going to have that bold speaking message from the Most High Yah. They're going to be able to say it, and they ain't going to have to quote nothing. It's going to be in them. They ain't going to have to walk around with their Bibles. They ain't going to have to precept and line here and a little here, you up and down. No, because think, did the 12 do that? Did the 12 disciples and the epistles and everybody came after them? Did they have to do that? No. So what are everybody's doing that now? Because that's a way of showing people that I know more than you. You see? And the Most High, the way he does things, because his way is not our way, he's not going to do it that way. So I thank the Most High for this sister, because when she said those things and I listened to what she was saying, I said, okay, Father, you got it. There go one right there. I know that's one of your bold ones because the way she said it, you know, and he ain't looking for somebody who have been in the word for years and years and years. All he wants is, not what he wants. All he is having in him of those that's willing, not willing, it ain't even they will. All he have now in this day and time, he's going to put out the bold ones, those that's walking upright in him. And those are the ones that's going to have to take on everything that you see that's going on. They're going to have to take on. They're going to have to be able to speak and stand tall and firm toward everything that everybody's being taught. Everybody's understanding it in their own understanding. So I thank the Most High for that. But we're going to tackle what the topic is about is the time and season is over. The Most High wants me to let you know when we're looking for time and season, as to say, well, okay, during this your time, this is said to happen. During this your time, this is said to happen. He said no more of that, because there's no more time and season. Anything subject to happen. Because when I went to him and I said, Father, these things seem like they're moving pretty fast. He said, the enemy only have a short time. But I said, but Father, it just seems like things are just going a little bit fast. And the reason why I'm saying this, I don't know if you all out there have experienced this. Do you all see how revelation is moving? I mean, it is not a revelation like it was yesterday. It's the type of revelation that's actually moving. It is moving. I mean, it's not staying in one position. He's saying to me to tell you all, it's called in that day. That day, we're not in time and season. We are in that day. So we don't have time to really base things on, okay, this haven't happened. I haven't seen this happen, or this happened. And when after this happened, then this happened. He said, don't do that. He said he ain't involved in no more time and season right now. It's no more time. It's no more season. Because I was thinking, okay, if the time of the Gentiles is over, then what time is it for us? You see what I'm saying? Wipe that away, Deborah. Time, no more, nothing is locked under time and no more time and season. Because he wants us to understand in that day. Take everything as if it's the last day. Don't look at it as if, oh, I got time. Oh, okay, we have to go through this, and it said in here that this is going to happen and this is going to happen. He says no more. That's no more. We are in time and season. No, we're not in time and season. We're in that day. And that's a scary thing, you guys. And we're going to go over some verses and some chapters that's showing you in that day what happened. Each time he said, in that day, let me tell y'all, cloudy, gloomy, wrath, fires, death. So that's what day he wants you to understand we are in. We ain't in time and season. We in that day. So when you go to Revelation, you'll notice Revelation is talking about in that day, in that day. Why? Because that's where we at. We're not wrapped up in time and season. Even though he said no man knows the hour, the time, nor anything but the Father. But he wants us to get our mindset off of looking at the way the world is doing things and basing it on their time and the season in which we are in to dictate what's going to happen or what's going to happen. He says no more of that. Anything can happen at any time. That's where we're at. He said that's where we're at. And we need to really focus on this being the last day. It's not waiting for other days, because anything can happen within that day and that next day, but yet focus on in that day. That means a lot of things are taking place. If you have your Bible, I would love for you to go to your Bible, and we're going to go to Acts, chapter 1 of Acts. And we're going to start with verse 7, and we're going to go 7 and 8. In Acts, chapter 1, verse 7, and we're going to cover 8. And here he's telling us about dealing with time and season. Don't lock that in on us. So those that are elect, y'all don't want you to get caught up in no time and season, meaning a lot of things that's going on. Everybody has based it. Okay, we got to celebrate this. We got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this because what they did in Torah or what they did in the Old. He said, no more time and season, you guys. We don't have that. We only on that day. That means any and everything can happen. We have to look at it as if today could be the last day. So he don't want us to base things on time and season. Take every day to be a serious time period. Okay. And when you go to Acts, he was showing me Acts chapter 1 and verse 7 and 8. And it reads in 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the season which the Father has put in his own power. You see, in his own power is times and season in him. What are in Yah? He don't have how would I say it? He don't have that time and season locked like we have it. So what he's saying to them that we look forward to everything in time and season. And he said, it is not for you to know the time and season, you see, or the season which the Father has put in his own power. Watch this. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witness unto me, both in Jerusalem, in Judah, and in Samaria, and into the uttermost part of the earth. Okay. He wants us to understand time and season has never been for us to focus on, because that is all in his power. Meaning time and season, we look at it for as the weather. We look at it as far as the time period we're in. We even measure what we read in the Bible based on time. You know what I'm saying? And the season, we focus on that as well. But what he wants us to understand, we need to not get ourselves focused on the time and season which we understand it. Know that he is stepping into days. In that day is where we at, and anything could happen. Okay. So here in let's go to Matthew 24. Let's go to Matthew 24. Even he said that time and season is in his what? He didn't say in his bosom or in him. He said, that's in my power. Wait a minute. Why do time and season got to be in your power? It's his control. You see, in his control, his power is what? His right hand. His right hand is who? Christ, the beloved, the only begotten son. This is what he is saying. He's saying that the time and season is in the authority of that power of my right hand. Okay. It is not for you, nor Sister Deborah. Get away from that. It's not for you to know or whatever. It's in the power of the right hand of who he is, his power. But I want you to understand that you're in not the season, you're in the time period of day and season, not days. that day, not time and season, but that day. In Matthew 24 and verse 31, Matthew 24 and 31, verse 31, and we're going to read down. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. Keep on reading. Verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branches is yet tender and pulleth forth leaves, ye know that summer is night. See, he even telling you to watch the earth and how it is moving about, because it's gonna come a time you ain't gonna be able to know the winter from the summer. So he letting you know, don't look at the time period and the season that we have on our calendars, in our how would I say it, in our human mindset on times and season. We can't base things on that, nor the time and season in which we base this word on. It's days now. We're in that day. That means anything can happen. Okay. And verse 22, 32, let's read back. Matthew 24, verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. Now, you have to learn. What's the parable? Watch this. When his branches is yet tender and put it forth leaves. So you watching this fig tree to determine what? Yea, know that summer is night. So we have to watch what it said. To me, it's more spiritual than anything. But he's saying, watch the fig tree to know the time that is near. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't telling us to look at time and season. He's telling us to behold something that he created that's going to send a sign to us. You see? So we're going to have to see this fig tree, and it's sending us a sign. That's going back to not watching what we understand as time and season to dictate what is about to happen. Okay? Now, here go verse 33. And it says, so likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. See? He didn't put it on the time. He didn't put it on the season. He just said, when you what? Be wise. No, 33. Verily I say, no, 33. So likewise ye, when ye shall see these things. So are you seeing it? Can you see these things? These things are not just natural, but they more spiritual. He wants you to be able to understand it spiritual so you can behold it natural. So then you can be able to tell them, y'all, this is what we're about to go through. You see, he's telling you to watch the nature, because the nature is sending you a sign to be able to witness to people. Wait, okay, y'all, this is what's going to happen. You see, so all this time and season, all this stuff about how people are wanting us to understand things is happening this, and it's like almost like they got an order. We're in that day, y'all. Anything could happen. You see, anything. Babylon can come down today. That's what he said. Look for it to be serious. It's nothing to play with. So in 34, he says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heavens and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Now listen to 36. But of that day, see that? It's in that day and hour, wait, let's say that again. Verse 36. But of that day, the hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heavens, but the Father only. But listen how he said, but of that day. He's telling us about a day. And that's throughout these verses I'm going to give you. That's all he's going to be meditating on. But guess what? When he's saying that day that we're subject to come on tomorrow, we don't know. There is so many things getting ready to show up and show out towards the people and what they're doing today. What I'm trying to understand, Father, you said the child was born. It was born. Okay, what's come after that? So I'm waiting. And guess what? He told me in that day, because in that day, it's time for him to throw down. It's time for him to show up and show out. In that day, he wants us to know that it's important that we understand. Don't take tomorrow as if you got the next day and the next day or tomorrow. Promise. You better understand it today, because in that day is what he's moving on. He's not moving on our days. Or when I get, a lot of people might say, well, when I get 40, or when I get 50, or when I get 60, or when I get 30, or when I turn 20. No. He says no more of that, child, because you're waiting for a time and a season. Where I'm working and from what I'm going to do, you might not see that time. You might not see that season. Come go with me spiritual, where I'm at right now. Rest in me spiritual, because that's what you need to be looking for. That day in which I have spoken, giving you the strength, the endurance, the faith, the long suffering to be able to stand, because no one's looking for that day. Honestly, you'll be surprised. There are, I keep saying 99.9, but there are so few people looking for that day. But as I was reading the verses and the chapters he was giving me, and I was like, oh, Father, it's finna be horrible. Yes. And no one's looking for that, because a lot of people looking for that day when that stimulus check comes. A lot of people looking for that day is when that vaccine come out. A lot of people looking for that day and when they can go back to normal. A lot of people looking for that day when they can go back to their normal lifestyle. The stores start opening and all the jobs start, and this country's getting back. I even hear some pastors really talk, thinking that the day's finna get to the point where everything will go back to normal. But Most High sending his prophets to tell you it ain't no more time and season for you. He ain't gave you that. He ain't giving you no more of that. So if you want to take that and play that time and season game, that's on you. We're living in that day. That means in that moment, in that hour, in that minute when he can show up and show out. When we take our spirit and rest in that, then he will bring us comfort to let us know all is well. This too shall pass in you, where you can just behold what is happening, and you don't have to be struggling with what's going to be next, or are they going to do this and they're going to do that. You got to find your place in him spiritual right now. Don't wait until next week or next month, or when my birthday come around, 40 years old, or when my mother's birthday, or when my daughter's birthday. I'm going to do. No. You don't have no more time, you guys. You don't have no more season. We are in that day. So in that day, he's going to show up. He's going to show out. And you all, it's not going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty at all. It is not. It's going to be similar to this. Go to Ezekiel. In Ezekiel 30 and 3, verse 3. Chapter 30 and verse 3. Chapter 30 and verse 3. This has happened. This is exactly the way it's going to happen in that day that is before us. In verse 3, in Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 3, for the day is near, even the day of Yah is near, a cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathens. You all, this is not going to be a day. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You all might think I'm crazy. A month ago, I was asking the Most High, why is it the sky is not looking like it used to look? He never answered me. But do you know, every time I wake up, I have my blinds open to where when the morning hits, I sit and I look before I get up and just look at the sky out my window while I'm lying down. Because in my mind, I'm wondering, why is it appearing to be cloudy and it's supposed to be a sunny day? Why is it looking so sad? I'm serious. And at least I was feeling that way when I see it. Because when I'm looking for sunny and blue clouds, or even if it's going to rain, but it's like it got a color to it. You know, it don't look normal. I don't know what that really detailed, but it happens all the time in the last 30 days. And I'm trying to figure out, Father, tell me what that is. What is going on with that? So what he's also saying is, in that day, he said, it's gonna, he said, of who? Of Yah, cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathens. I found out through the Holy Spirit the deepness or how disappointed he is. Not that he didn't see it before the foundation of the world. He did. Just like he saw what they were doing before he ended the world. Because I said, well, why did you create it? And in the first chapter, before the chapter was over, you ended. You see, just like this, these Gentiles, the heathens and the Gentiles, do you all understand that they knew who we were from the beginning? All this time, they added on to us that which Yah did not give them, but they added on. And because they added on, he added on to their punishment. You see, they added more than what Yah cursed us here in this Western world on the four corners, just to give us pretty much a lot of stuff we were doing even in our own land when we got over here. Those things that were done to us, a lot of it because we were also portraying that even when we had the land of milk and honey. We had it all. So some of it is giving us a portion of what we were doing. But what he was explaining to me, Deborah, they went overboard. And I said not a word. I did not a word. I just set it up for that day. And that's what he's going to throw down on. So when you start to see them dropping like flies, when you start to see them, which they doing that now, but see the beast right hand, which is a part of the media and YouTube, Facebook, they're not showing you what these heathens are doing. They're not showing you everything that these Gentiles are doing. But if you can get a look over the hill and see what they were doing, you will say, oh my, you wouldn't believe the things that these people are doing. You would believe the killing, the stealing, the conniving, the murdering, and the hate that's in their hearts. It is so high level. And the hate is so high. It's not just against us. We make everything about us. You see what I'm saying? We don't understand. Wicked don't care who you are. People don't care who you are. And that's where their hearts are. So it makes it easier for them to do us so unjust and so unrighteous. It's making it easy for them to do the things that they do to us. It makes it easier because they feel that we've been accepting what they've been doing for so long. As long as we can keep this on them, we can keep them where we want them. I realize as long as we do what they tell us to do, they don't have no problem with us. But the moment we disagree with them, or we're not following their standards, or we're not doing what they want us to do, oh no, they're not going to have that. They're coming. They're going to act the fool and do the things that they've been doing because all they want us to do is stay in control, in control with their mighty hands, telling us what to do, how to do it, what to say, and how to say it. So all these years, the Most High has had me in what did he say? He had a hedge around me because I'm like this. I don't care what color you are. And this has been my whole life. Don't say nothing to me out of order. So I, as sister, would tell you, I didn't know what racist was as far as being applied to me because I did not let them go there and realize it wasn't that I didn't let them go there. It was a hedge he had around me so they couldn't come here. And I always thought, well, they don't do me like that. And when people would say, well, Miss Deborah, why they don't do you like that? Miss Deborah, they don't talk to you like that. Because I always thought it was me being non-tolerant. No, baby, you had a hedge around you by the Most High Yah. They couldn't cross that hedge. You see? They couldn't cross that. So that led me to be able to stand firm when I saw people being done unjust or what I do is I would go into a place and I would master that job just so they can feel that, hey, she can do the job of 5 people. She's fast, she's accurate, and she's good. I go there. When somebody come telling me how they doing them, oh no, they doing you like that? See, I don't understand that, okay, because they never did me like that. But they doing you like that. Did somebody say they doing, oh no, we ain't gonna have that. I go into the office, director, CEO, I don't care who you are, human resource, why are you treating this person, that person? And they always apologize. We're gonna do better. We sorry. I'm always, all my life, that's all I heard. But when I see it and hear it again, that's it. I'm out. Oh, Miss Deborah, where you going? No. That's it. And that's how I have dealt throughout my whole life. Yeah, I have always had jobs that respect me. Now, let me clear that up. They didn't respect me. It still was the hedge of the Most High had around me. But I never heard them disrespect me, nor did they put me in that line of being that they felt that they can disrespect me, or I wasn't human, or I wasn't somebody they wanted to respect. They always highly respect me. So what happens throughout my life, that's how it has always gone. So when they do something wrong to somebody else, guess number one person get out of there? Me. Oh, you don't have to do it to me. If I see you do it to one, you done it to me, I'm out. And to them, they don't understand that. You know, we let her, we paid her what she wanted. We gave her hours. She was a good worker. She was able to do this. We ain't gonna get nobody like that. No, you're not. But I'm out because you are giving my which now is my tribe, a hard time here and there. Look back at it, all them times that the Most High had a hedge around me. He also had me standing up for my people. Isn't that deep? Always. And I'm talking about from 18 on up, every job I've had, I've always stood up, even when I worked for Chrysler. Okay? Good paying job, met so many people and love the job. But when you start talking to my men, my people that way, especially our men, oh, you're going to hear me. You're going to hear from me. I did it all my life. But go back to thinking, it was always a hedge around me. He always had a hedge around me. See, that kept them from seeing or doing anything racist or discriminating against me or hate or firing me or anything. Always gave me what I need to do the job and to stay there. But when you mess with somebody, I don't care what you giving me. You done mess with this sister. You done mess with this brother. Even at the post office, same thing. I do not tolerate that nonsense even to today. And I thank the Most High for it. So here it is. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 7. Zephaniah chapter 1. Now listen to what this is saying. Chapter 1, verse 7. Zephaniah. Okay. Chapter 1, verse 7. The Most High want us to understand in that day, it's about that day, y'all. Some things are happening. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen this week. It can happen next week. It can happen this month. It can happen next month, February, March. But let me tell y'all something. From the time you hear my voice, you're going to start to see the things that I'm seeing and why he said, get your focus off time and season, y'all. That time in your mind and in your life is over. Start focusing on in that day, because in that day, it's right now. Okay. And it's chapter 1, verse 7. I still put the wrong one. I got Zechariah. And that is not the one. That is not. Okay, now here it is. Zephaniah. Okay, chapter 1, verse 7. Now listen to this. They are troubled. Verse 7. They are troubled and dreadful. They are troubled and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall precede themselves. Wait a minute, I might have that in the wrong. That's not. Nope, got the wrong chapter again. I'm sorry, I did it again. Here it is. Ooh, all of them right by each other. Okay, here it is. Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 7. Hold thy peace at the presence of Yah, for the day of Yah is at hand. For Yah has prepared a sacrifice. He has bind his guests. Hear it again, verse 7. Hold thy peace at the presence of Yah, for the day of Yah is at hand. That's pretty much what he said. The day of Yah, that means it's time for him to rumble, y'all. That's what time we're in. We ain't in that time and season as man Noah, okay? And as man wants to category and put everything, okay? When you know how we talk about he prophesied this in this day and time, he prophesied. Let me tell you, them days are over. Anything subject to happen. And let's cover that again. Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 7. Hold thy peace at the presence of Yahuwah, for the day of Yah is at hand. For Yah has prepared a sacrifice. He has bid his guests. Okay. Now, we're going verse 14. Let's go to 14. Same chapter, verse 14. 1 and 14. Chapter 1 and verse 14. The great day of Yah is near. It is near and hastes greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yah, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. The day of Yah is at hand, y'all. That means exactly what I've been saying. Don't think that it's about what we're trying to tell you. Oh, this here is happening. It's about this here. It's about this here. And it's about no. He's outriding all of that. He said he's subject to show up and show out as we speak in here, as I'm speaking. It ain't no more time and season. It's all about that day. And that day is a day of his power. It's a day of his might. It's the day he's about to throw up and throw down. It is the day of the Most High God. Okay? Now, Joel. Let's go to Joel. Now, I'm just going to show you where alone how he want me to let you all know it ain't about no time and season no more. We got to get out of that. Because everything we lock in that has to do with him, it's like, oh, it's during a time and season where we're going to be doing this and we're going to be doing that. He said, you better get out of that because that's yours. He ain't tell you lock nothing in that. He said, no man know the hour, nor the time, nor season. So all that, he said, kick that to the curb. He said, y'all in that day. He said, this is the day where there's no play. This is serious. So if you haven't got your light, your lamp full of oil, you better go try to get it because you're going to need it, baby, in these days, in the day of Yah. Okay. Joel chapter 1 and 15. Joel chapter 1 and 15. For the day of Yah is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. See, it ain't no play. We ain't got no more playtime, y'all. Let's get it together. Let's get it together, and let's start off with love. We got to do better. We got to start off this thing with love, but you can't love if you don't understand where your spirit is at. Your spirit has to be in Yah and Yah in you for you to be able to love anybody in the way that Yah loves you. You get what I'm saying? It's no way you can love anyone until you're able to abide in him and him in you. How? Through your spirit. You see, through your spirit do you abide in him, and through his spirit does he abide in you, and y'all become one. And he teach you how to love, and we need to grip that love that's in him right now. Because what? We're in that day. We're in that day. And from what I'm getting, you guys, let me tell y'all this. It ain't the type of day that, oh, it's about the Hebrew Israelites. No, that's not what day we're in, y'all. We're not talking. He didn't take this and say that it now that one that was in the other chapter in Ezekiel was back in that day, but in this day, that was showing you how it's going to be in this day. And in Joel, he's telling you that I'm in that day, because he got everything upon it in a day where he's gonna throw up and throw down. And that's what we need to be focusing on, as far as not him throwing up and throwing down, but making sure we right in us. We need to start loving one another and stop making it about us personally, or letting our emotion get all tied up in us. You know what? Did you know that when Yah abide in you and you in him, your emotions don't mean nothing? That's caught up in your flesh. So all this emotion stuff that people are caught up in, or getting your emotions, you hurt, and you hurt because somebody said something, somebody teaching this, and somebody speaking this, or they just said something that hit your switch. That's your emotion. That's your flesh caught up in unrighteousness. See, when you are right with Yah, when somebody say something, if it's cutting your switch on, you come on one accord and say, you know, that's something to think about. That's something to think about. You see, that's what you call love, because now we're walking in love. Love is what we need once we get our spirit man to understand that the bigger light is Yah. You see, that's his right hand. That's Christ. He come to usher through the power, the Ruach HaKodesh in us. We need that. Okay? But he's saying we're in that day. So I'm like, okay, Father, we in that day that, you know, we can still get it right. Yes, you can still get it right. It's time to go to the light, y'all. Because in that day, you're going to see something. You should see what it's going to look like. And you'll see that he uses in that day to show you that it's going to be dark, night, and all kind of evil things going on. So that's where we at, whether we know it or not. A lot of people can say, well, what about we in Revelation? Yeah, we all up in Revelation. But we in that day. That in that day is deeper than Revelation, because in that day tells you where it's going, where it's heading, where it's going to be, and how the outcome is going to come. See, Revelation tells you the end to the fullness. But when that day comes, even the Revelation has to bow down to that day. Why? Because in that day is where his power is. No more patty caking and playing with you all. I'm letting the beast use his right hand to do everything he can possibly think he can. But it's my time now. That's what he said. It's my time, because I've given him the time. Their time is up. Now it's my day. So in Joel chapter 1 and 15, let me just cover that one more time. Chapter 1, alas, for the day of Yah is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. He ain't playing, y'all. He is not playing. Let's go to that same book of Joel, and let's go to chapter 2, verse 1. Chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mount. Let all the habitation of the land tremble, for the day of Yah cometh, for it is nigh at hand. We in that day, y'all. We in that day. We ain't hooked up in time and season. We are in that day. And the reason why we got to get kicked time and season out of the way, it can confuse us where we're at. You see, because they locked everything up in some type of time and some type of season that has to come to pass. before what he's about to do. He said, ain't no more time in season. That time is over. Okay. And then he went on to Joel 31. Same thing. 31. Joel 2, chapter 2 and 31. And it reads, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yah come. You see? That's where we at. We're in that day that it come. He said, no man know the hour, nor the time, the day, nor the hour. But he's saying in that day, we're in that daytime. We're in that time, not time, in that day. Okay? Day is what to him? We don't know, but we know he's warning us about it. You better be prepared because I'm about to show up and show out. And you better be right about what you're doing. Okay? Okay. Joel chapter 3, verse 14. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yah is near in the valley of decision. Yah, the day of Yah is near. This is no time to take everything and put it to a time period or a season, because what we do is we prolong what is about to happen. Because when I asked him, okay, well, what about this child is born in January that we just had? The child was born. Now, what's about to happen? And I think the only reason why he has not given me that is because we're in that day. It's coming. It's here. You see? So the things, I know that it's something deep because it's already started happening to me in my surroundings, amongst my family and everything. I know it's deep. Okay? So I know that it's here because issues just came out of, woo, and ain't seen that before. So I know that it's deep. But I know that we ain't got no more playtime, you all. We're in that day. We're in that day. It's no playtime. So we need to be about our Father's business. We need to be about our spiritual walk with him in spirit and truth. Because in that day, guess what? He is sending out a crew. And they're going to be able to handle everything and everyone that's out there. Oh, don't think he got a crew that he has sent out for that day, because you're going to need it. You're going to need them. I know a lot of you all think, oh, I get on here all the time, or I be on here on weekends. Oh, not weekends, on Sabbath and on Wednesday. And I listen to what they say. And I'm in these classes. I'm in the academy. I'm listening to this person teach and preach, the pastor, the bishop, and everybody. Baby, let me tell you something. This is deeper than all of that. Okay? The crew that he's sending out is going to enlighten you more than Sister Deborah can even give you, because he's equipped them for this day. Hallelujah. For this day. Because we have been fed so much stuff. We just full of things to deceive us. See, but he set up those that are coming, that are here for this day and time. Not so much the time, but for this day that he has prepared things to go according to the way it is headed. Okay, so it's gonna show up, and guess what, y'all? It's about to show out, and you're gonna start to see these things, and a lot of you are gonna be troubled and stressed because you ain't gonna been prepared your spirit. You ain't gonna been and had your oil in your lamp, and you're gonna be running around here trying to figure out where you can get it. If you think you're gonna get your oil, your vessel full of oil here on YouTube, Instagram, Patriot, Facebook, in your church, in a congregation, in a camp, in your home, in your academies and all of this, let me tell you something. You all are very in much error, because your all need to be fulfilled, and it's got to start with your spirit. You need all in your lamp, because that door which has opened for those that had their light, is opening And those that don't still lollygassing because they don't think it's all about the spirit. Oh, yes, it is. Do you all know it's more about the seed in the spirit realm than the seed in the flesh? See why they teaching y'all, oh, it's the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? No, baby. It's about the seed in the spirit. That's why Abraham became, he was counted. Just because that little mustard seed he had to believe, he was counted in already. Just from that, you see, those that still have what it says, the faith of Abraham, meaning the seed of Abraham that was counted. You see, it's not a bloodline, you all. It's not a flesh line, you all. It is a spiritual line. And I know 99.9 don't know that, but it is. Okay. Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Chapter 5 and Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yah. All right. To what end is it for you? The day of Yah is darkness and not light. You see that? Let me read it again. Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yah. To what end is it for you? You hear that? The day of Yah is darkness and not light. So those that are walking in the light, he letting you know it's about destroying that which is in the dark. Okay? So those that are walking in the light, you good. It's about this darkness that's been going on. That's thinking they got away with everything all the way from the beginning to now. He's finna deal with that darkness. Okay? The day of Yah is going to deal with all this darkness, this nonsense. That's why it ain't got nothing to do with the light. Because those that are walking in the light, they don't need to be, he's not coming to deal with them. He's coming to deal with all this darkness. So you want to rumble in the dark? I'm coming in the dark. And I'm coming in that day. And it can be today, tomorrow, next week. We don't know. And when them days come, see, y'all looking for Babylon to coming down. Babylon coming down. Guess when Babylon coming down? In that day. You see? Same thing about what's going on when they make it mandatory. Everybody have to get the vaccine in that day. You see? Everything is going to happen in that day. A bunch of darkness and evil is going to be taking place. But he finna show up and he's going to show out in that day. Because these are days that he has prepared his wrath to deal with this issue in those days. This is his way of dealing with these issues in that day. He letting you know that I don't need no season, Deborah. I don't need no time, Deborah. All I need is that day. Remember how Yeshua was saying that my day and the hour and the day. What did he say? The hour is near. See, it was just letting you know how close it is right there for him. You know, he don't need no more than that hour. So y'all is saying, I don't need no more than that day, y'all. So don't hook me up with no date, time, and season. Because you're looking for time and season, you're going to be messed up from the flow up. Check out what's about to happen. That's all he said. See what's about to happen. So if you got to get your spirit man in line with the Most High Yah, this is the time, you all. This is the time. This is about really actually, once you get your spirit in line with his spirit, you become one in him. And he will teach you how to see how important it is to try to change the mind, not change the mind, but work on the hearts of those. And I'm going to read it to you right here. The work on the hearts of those who don't know what love is. You know, once he abide in you and you and him, then you'll start to feel, wait a minute. This is a different feeling, y'all. This is what you call real love, to where you can start to see where you can help others where they are weak at. Because it's a lot of them that's weak in their understanding that this mission is spirit. It is not flesh. That's why throughout the whole time he's been telling us that, but we ain't paid no attention to it. But guess what, y'all? In that day, we're going to learn that this thing is spirit all the time. And if our spirit is not right during this time, he's going to show up and show out. We're going to be hurting from many things. We're going to be sorrow and in destruction and all kind of distress and everything, because what? He keep telling y'all, it's now. Get it with me now. If you in the light and in the day, then you're good. But you caught out during that day, hey, I'm coming for everything that's darkness. So you better get your all. You better get it. Okay. And here it is, Amos. Let's see. Yeah, Amos chapter 5, verse 20. He's just talking about in that day. Chapter 5 and verse 20. Let's read that. Let's see what he says here. Chapter 5, verse 20. Shall not the day of Yah, see, in that day, be darkened. Now, wait a minute, Father Yah, you calling that day darkness. Yes, it's no play. It ain't no playtime here, y'all. That's not what this is about. This is about throw up and throw down time for him. You talking about that mighty right hand. Once y'all, like I told y'all over and over and over, you ain't learned nothing until you learn about the right hand and the stretched out arm. Once you learn about, listen, I don't care what you learn in the biblical. Until you learn about the right hand and the stretched out arm, you still lost without a cause, because the right hand is Christ. It is his beloved. It is his stretched out arm. It is his power. It is his son of Yah. That is who he is. He was there at the beginning. When he said, let the right hand, let it. That's who he is. When you learn that, guess what? You'll move in different steps in your life, because now you understand his power. That he says, once you accept my power that has risen Yeshua with that power and help him to go all the way to the cross and die on it and shed that blood for you and I. That's that power that was at the beginning. A lot of people think it was Yeshua. Yeshua didn't create nothing. That was Christ. Okay? So, we have to understand in that day, that same Christ, that same right hand, that same stretched out arm. The stretched out mean I don't care where you at. I go all the way beneath the uttermost, what is it? Uttermost darkness. Let's say it like that. Pull out whatever I want. I got the power to do that. He got the power. He can, that's why it's stretched out. I don't care where you at, he got to reach you. It's a song they used to have. If he got to reach way down, but he don't even have to. But that's what he wants you to understand. He does that with that right hand. And he called it, when he wants you to know he'll stretch wherever you at, he called it stretched out arm. It's beautiful. Y'all got to get to know him. And in getting to know him and realize, you mean I missed out on Christ a long time ago? Yes, you did. How you think Nebuchadnezzar was able to identify the son of Yah in the furnace fire? He was talking about the power was in there with the Hebrew boys. Wait a minute, I see some power in there. It's keeping them from getting burned. Wait a minute, Nebuchadnezzar. He ain't never seen the son of Yah. He was talking about the power, which is Yah's right hand. So let's go. Let's go to Amos chapter 5, verse 20. And I'm going to read that over. Shall not the day of Yah. See, it's about, he says today. Because I'm like, wait a minute, Father. The child been born. What's about to happen? Is it going to be good or bad? Now I know, Sister Deborah, no, it ain't no play. See, I'm thinking, okay, this child is born. Is that going to be him coming to, no. It still has to do with darkness. But guess what? That's why he's letting me know, like he's letting you know tonight, that wait a minute, it's my day now. It's my time. This is the time, and when he's going to show up and show out. We think he didn't show up and showed out. We don't know nothing. Just like a lot of them will teach you that he said, come out of her so you won't receive the plagues, as if he's going to send. No, those not his plagues, baby. They said her plagues. Mean these ways of this world, United States of America, come out of her. Because if you don't, every plague that she's setting forth, I'm going to suffer you to receive it. That's what he's going to do. He's going to suffer you by standing back, allowing your own self to receive her plagues because you refuse to come out. Okay, so where we're at today, let's go to another one. Let's go to Malachi. Malachi is talking about the same thing. All of them is telling you, warning you about that day. It's real, you guys. That day is real. And then when you go into Revelation, it lays it out in that day. Okay, let me show you another one. The Hebrew Israelite men said, in the day, it's going to come a day that the women are going to say 7 wives to one man, and she's going to say, in that day, baby, you don't know what day that is. You better stand down and watch yourself, because that's a day that is of Yah. That is not a day that man gonna get him 7 wives to one man. It has no connection, none whatsoever. You go up 2 verses and he'll tell you all the men died from the sword, even the mighty men. You see, so this woman, these 7 women to one man, when they see a man, they're not saying a fleshly man. They're saying, if you would, we'll eat our own food, we'll wear our own pearls. They're talking about spiritual father. Just give us your name that it may take away our reapproach. Ain't nothing a man on earth in the flesh can take a woman's reapproach away. Only one can do that is the right hand of the Father. And that's it. And that's who she was talking about. And as you keep reading, she'll turn around and call him. The name will be called, for thou art holy. See, then now you know who it is. When she said, and thou art holy. It's because that's the one she said, take away the reapproach. They got it all messed up from the floor because the lust of their hearts and the lust in their minds is so messed up from the floor. But we're talking about this day. This day is where we at. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Malachi chapter 4 and verse, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there it is. Verse 4. Chapter 4. No. Yeah, chapter 4 and verse 5. And I think it's 6 as well. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I command unto. No, that's not it. No, I'm sorry. Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. Now listen to this, you guys. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet. What has happened in this day and time? They have refused the prophets and the prophetess as they did in the days. See, in the days, they never refused the prophetess. But where we at, because the level of evil and wicked and hatred in the heart of men today, they have rejected not only the prophet, but the prophetess. In Yah, he don't see 2. He see 1 in him because they came from him. So he see them in him. So when he sent them out, he don't say, you're a male and you're a female, you're a prophet, you're a prophetess. Not in this here way that he want us to understand how you ought to accept the both. He said, I send them out, not you. So therefore you ought to accept them both because they come from 1 and I have made them 1 in me. Okay, watch this here. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before, listen to here, the coming of that great and dreadful day of God. So if these men who wants to be leaders, kings, and pastors and bishops, I don't care what you are, if a prophet is not coming, your words are vain and vats, because that's where the warning is coming. Okay, that's where the trumpet is going to be blown. Okay, now watch this here. Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah. Okay. Now, he means this. But in this day and time, which is day and time, we're going to let's take away time right now as we speak. He's sending those to warn you. And if you don't take heed because you're so busy trying to be kings and rulers and ruler of your household, which don't mean nothing. When you're ruler of your household, you just ruler over a bunch of spirits, and they wicked. Because y'all said it already. He judges the man's spirits. That means 112. That means that while we're sitting here want to rule over everything, no. If you're going to rule everything, you want to be king, you want this and that, rule over all the spirits in your household. How about that? How about that? They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle their teenage daughter wanting to leave out the house and hide and run out through the back windows and be on drugs, and their young boys want to carry guns. Men in this day and time can't even handle it. They'll turn around and leave before they try to be kings and leaders and rulers in their own household. That's true fact. So therefore, stand down because Yah has his day. And he says here in Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6, behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of that great and dreadful day of Yah. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their father, lest I come and what? Smite the earth with a curse. You all don't understand when Yah send his. Do you know that he know that you're going to reject him? But he's prepared to handle that in that day. He got everything set up. He already know you're going to reject him. He already know you ain't going to take heed to him. You ain't going to hear him. That's why I say it's almost to me, it's like he saved the best for last. Because those ones that's coming, they are bold. When they speak, they're going to speak and they're going to keep it going. They ain't going to have time to debate with you. They ain't going to have time to reason with you. They ain't going to have time to sit down at your table and come on one accord with you. They don't owe nothing to you there because they called by the Most High Yah to come in this day and time. They ain't got time to mingle with you. You had your chance. You use Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Patriots as your authority and your upper. He ain't got time for to send his last day crew to sit down and reason with you or to say the things you want them to say. They're going to say a lot of things that's going to hurt. They're going to knock a lot of tables that has legs to stand. The table's going to fall flat. They're going to take all the legs from off of the table because people really believing that it's time for them to be about what they think it's about. Because they have set themselves in time and season. When I'm going to have this many subscribers next year, or I'm going to have this many, I got to keep making all these videos so I can get this many subscribers. I need this many likes. I mean, time and season, they have set their way through. They have set things to go according to the way that they're preparing it. People are also preparing everything based on the time and season. Oh, I'm going to start this crop and I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that. Y'all said, I'm coming, Deborah. And it's going to be darkness. I'm showing up and showing out. I'm going to tell y'all something. And it ain't going to be like you think. It's going to be things that's going to happen. You're going to wish you can hear him come and hear his footsteps in his presence because he's about to show up and he's going to show out. He ain't got time. And the reason why I say he ain't got time, he ain't playing with us. Let's put it like that. He don't want to play with us. We think it's about playtime. Or he ain't got time for that. He's about that day. Why I said day, Deborah? Because he set, appointed, and anointed a day where it's no more nothing. Heathen, I'm coming for you. The whole house of Israel, I'm coming to do a judgment on you. He's coming to do some things. That's why the endurance is going to be heavy for those who are going to be out trying to speak bold in spirit and in truth. You're going to wonder, well, why are they talking about this? Now, I have lately heard some people talking, some of our guys now turning things over to the spirit realm. And it feels good to hear them talk like that. It really do. But it's like a quicken. They never rest in that. They never just stay there. It's like they have to switch on the spirit and get off of that and then onto the flesh, you know? And it confused me, but it feels so good to hear them recognizing the spirit in the way and in the order they should. But it's just like a quicken. And then they back to talking about the things in the flesh. Any man, male or female, on these devil platforms are talking like the streets, or wanting to you to be communicating worldly. When I say worldly, he said we become new creatures. How do we become that? Once we accepted Yeshua HaMashiach, the Ruach HaKodesh in us, we change, y'all. We change from the inside out. But if you see people still, I hear a pastor and he's heavily on here and people flock to him like by big numbers. And that's why I said, why do y'all talk about Catholic? I mean, Christians and other race or other religion. And here is a brother leading the flock saying Yahuwah, Yahuwah, but in the sanctuary saying all foul words that you would say when you was out on the streets gangbanging. And I'm like, why would somebody? Because they don't believe. It's not in them. They don't understand you are to become a new creature. All things pass away. If you can hear them talk and they still debating and doing things and saying things that does not switch them over from what there's, and you can feel it. It's a spiritual feel too, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. You can feel it. I'm going to tell y'all something. There's a gift that he had that he poured out with the other gifts. It's called the spirit of discernment. Okay. But there is a greater gift in those who have received the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay. And that gift is where you're able to try the spirit by the spirit. A lot of people don't know how to use that tool that's invested because they're looking for the word somebody is saying. They're not trying their spirit by that individual spirit. When you try your spirit by that spirit, and if that spirit is not talking in a way or it's saying words that you would hear out when the gangbanging is talking, or you hear people who's angry and upset or going battling war, want to take another's life, you don't want to hear all that. Okay, that is not the same spirit that rests within you. But there are a lot of people who have the spirit of the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, but don't know how to practice using that discerning spirit. But it's yours. It's invested in you. Use it. Try the spirit by the spirit. And if they're saying things that you would normally hear people who ain't even came before y'all or have accepted, you hear atheists talking, or you hear people that just don't accept a God, or don't, that's how they talk. You don't want that type of spirit around you, because it's given to everybody who received the Holy Spirit. It would reveal things to you, and it would allow you to try the spirit by the spirit. And it is a powerful tool walking in the light. When you have the spirit, that is a powerful tool, but no one knows how to use it. No one knows how to use it and apply it in their everyday life. I got in trouble too many times. So I had no other choice but to try to use it and to accept it, because I got in trouble. Because she'll tell me, why are you asking me? Use what I invested in you. It's in you. Use it. I have gotten in trouble so many times for that, because I would go to him in a way that, okay, wait a minute, what are they doing? Why are they saying this? Or why is this person saying they this? Why are they doing this? And he said, well, Deborah, I gave you the spirit of discernment so you can know good and evil. Then I told you to try the spirit. By the spirit, you have the Ruach, use it. But a lot of us don't know how to use it. It's because we feel that we're using it as a form of judgment, or we're trying to be something different than someone else. No, you use that. That's going to get you a long ways, especially in this day. In this day, I'm telling you, you're going to need that power to be able to walk on people, and you thinking that, okay, this person is full of this and this person is full of that. Wait a minute. They can be coming to do you harm, or to me, you no good. Use that spirit that he has put in you. That is the Ruach HaKodesh. It's going to show you things. It's going to reveal things to you if you let him. If you feel that he is in you, let him do what he does best, and that's show up and show out and warn you. He will warn you what is what and what is before you. So don't hesitate. Okay. Did we yeah. So we did cover Malachi. So really what he was showing me, and I had this is a whole different list from, look at this here, from this. I was going here, but he took me here. In that day, he said, from now on, when you read it, you're going to see that what Sister Deborah been talking about on this platform. In that day. And you're going to be confused. You're going to be confused. You're going to say, wait a minute, in that day, wait a minute. And it's going to help you and it's going to support you because it's going to allow you to be able to understand, well, this is the day of Yah. Oh, man, they doing this and this going to happen to us or this going to take place. Oh, this is the day. This is the day he was talking about. You see, in this day, because we don't see none of it coming. We don't want to see none of it coming. All we want to see is what somebody telling us. The prophecy. Oh, that's been here. It ain't going nowhere till everything has been fulfilled. But he's telling you in that day, I'm about to show up and show out in this day. So no, it's now. It's present. Don't look for it to line up with time and season. Kick that to the curb. Know that it's taking place right now as we speak, or as I speak. So don't think that he's going to wait on you, because he's not. He's going on, and that doesn't mean you only. He's talking to me too. He's speaking strictly to me first, because he don't want me to think that I'm excluded from what I'm saying to you all. He letting you know, Deborah. So when you wake up or when you lay down or whatever, anything could take place. But no, it is the day. In that day is where he's resting in. Anything. Because even after the time of the Gentiles, a lot of people don't understand what is taking place. Oh, there's some stuff in the throwdown. There's some things he's going to deal with, even with the tribe of Judah. There's some things he's going to deal with the house of Israel that has not even thought past waiting for Babylon to come down. Oh, no, baby. It's some things about to happen. And all that he let us know, and I know many of you might not even took those verses down, but if you go over the verses, you'll see him saying in that day, all of it is darkness, cloudy, wrath. I mean, he's not playing because he's appointed those days. Now, yeah, he's got a day that he's going to throw down on Babylon and bring the tower down. But let me explain to y'all what he told me today in my story. He said, Deborah, they thinking I'm coming from the outside. He turned Babylon down from the inside. And once it's torn down from the inside, guess what happens? Then those on the outside going to see the inside is bent and destroyed and out of order. And bam, they're going to do what they do best. Destroy the country. See, they first got to sit back and behold what's going on in this country. See, they watching. And they beholding what's going on over here. And even they are in partaker in what's going on because the United States think that they're helping them in their plan with the vaccine and spreading this virus. Or we helping them because everything is going to go into a one world system. And the country's got the United States thinking that we're in there with you. We're going to rumble with you. But the plan is to watch the United States fall so they can end it. That's where you see the smoke. They're going to see the smoke from where they at. It's because they're going to end it from the outside after the inside is destroyed. So while people are here, you're going to start seeing Europeans fighting and killing each other. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that you might not know. They're doing that now. They've been doing it for years. It's just the beast don't want you to see the evil ones, the wicked ones that was created for the days of wicked, see them clear. So now it don't matter. It don't matter because the beast got everything in control. He got everything the way that he wanted. He got the towers put up. He got the right hand controlled everybody's household, their phones, their internets, where they going, where they coming from. They got their minds. He got the minds already. You know, he got that already. You see, he's got everything he needs. So he need the United States no more. So what he's going to do is he knows that this is a tower. This is one that was in the list of Yah to destroy. So he's going to cause everything in this country to to be like it is today, a chaos, and it's about to go after each other when they thought that they was being smart, reasoning with the beast and planning ways to destroy the people, but they don't understand they're going to be destroyed in it as well, because a lot of them thinking they're going underground to escape what is about to happen, but they're not going to get away with it. It's going to be seen. They're going to be tearing each other up from the inside out. I mean, it's right now in the hearts of people is hate. Even in the hearts of our own tribe of Judah, after all that we done gone through, there is so much hate. And if the hate starts with our men, they're going to rest with our children. I know y'all don't believe that, but that is the seed. That is the natural seed where all sin and iniquity come down. It's the Father. So a lot of women don't want to accept that, and they sit back and they try to figure out, well, why is my child this way? Why is my child acting this way? Because it's a lot of things the Father has done that you didn't even know he was doing. It's a lot of things he had in his heart and his mind that you didn't even know he was doing. Now the sons and the daughters are suffering from it, and they're trying to make it okay. The generation is bad. No, Father say no. Let them know that you can't use it on the generation, because just as I said, everything is done through the forefathers. And if we know he ain't talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because he never called them stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. Well, who forefathers are you talking about, Father? Those that's wicked and were full of iniquity, lust, hate, and all these other things are the forefathers. Not foremothers. He didn't say that. So don't let them tell you he talking to you. It's nothing about a woman that a child will inherit the iniquity of outside a woman's father. Okay? He can inherit her father's iniquity, but 99.9, he's going to inherit the father according to the scriptures. Oh, they would never preach that, because we can't say the world is in the way that it is and then say the father is all good. It's the women. You can't do that, because y'all have already spoken it, that it's because of the forefathers. So how could where even we be today be the fault of the foremothers when y'all done told them it's the forefathers, which are men? Okay? So he's not saying that the iniquities, because it falls and it rests on the males, to transport it to the males and in the males. So that's why we're here today, where you see our sons and daughters in the way that they are today. And women feel, well, oh, I did this and I didn't give them this, or I didn't do that. It ain't have nothing to do with you, said the Most High Yah. He said he never put that charge on you. You had too much to handle. He had already, when he took Adam's rib, why didn't he create her right there? He took him away from her. He took that rib away and he formed her out of his desire. How did you say that? He gave her things that he didn't give him. Okay. Why? Because he wanted them to meet back together to bring everything that he has willed forward. Because nothing could have been brought forward if it wasn't for the one that he created to bring it forth. Man didn't bring it forth. He had it just in him. She had to bring it forth. Take care of it while it was incubated. Take care of it. Nourish it. Feed it. Protect it. You see the work of the woman. And it has always been hidden, even to today. All she's worth to be now in the men are bitches and hoes. You see how sick that is? But y'all allowed them to do that, because the same bitches and hoes they talking about in that day, y'all, which is now, those are going to be the mourners. Those are going to be the ones that's crying out. Those are going to be the one that's pleading with y'all. Those are going to be the one that's crying out, pleading for the brothers and their families. Those are the ones that's going to be holding the standard. The same one that birthed them is going to be the one that's crying out for them, in spite of how they felt, because it's something about her that has been missing since the foundation of the world. Something's been missing. He had to take her from him and then bring her back to him after he had completed her the way that he wanted her to. You see, they didn't even, the ignorance of them didn't even understand that there was a system he even designed in her every month to throw away anything that means her any harm. Tell me that ain't a wonderful Yah that we serve. That is a powerful one that's able to do that. But he had to take them from him. He had to take that one rib and form her away from him. And then he said he brought her to him because he had to take her away and put his touch so man won't turn around and get the credit. What did Adam say? Bones of my bones. Oh, a bone of my bone. That's good and dandy. But flesh of my flesh. Oh, no, brother. No, brother. No. You missed something. You missed something spiritual. He didn't say flesh. He even told us about the surgery, Adam. He said he put you in a deep sleep. He opened you up. He took your rib out. And then he said he closed you back up. What did he say? He took your flesh. See how we as people have added on? He never told you that. But they would go grab other books to clarify and identify to make this book to be the lie. And wait, we found a book that says this. He don't go for that. Because every word that proceeded out of his mouth, not every word that proceeded out of Adam's mouth. Same with Eve. When she said, he said we are not to touch. He didn't say that to Adam. You see? When if she said he said that, wait a minute. Sin had already hit the earth because she had lied. Y'all don't understand that. See, that's why when you're in that word, you have to be in its spirit. And you have to shut your mouth long enough to hear what the spirit of the Most High Yah has to teach you. If you don't shut up long enough, then you ain't going to learn what you need to know. You have to be able to be humble in class. You have to be a humble student before the Most High Yah spirit. You have to be able to be so humble to where you can hear everything he's saying. Because he's implanting these things in you. Let me tell you how deep it is. He was teaching me about Adam. And not only Adam, but the same way he did Adam by putting him to sleep. He said, do you see, Deborah, I put Abraham down? I said, yeah, I saw you do that. What was that for? He said, because Deborah, with men, you have to put them down to seal them with what I have to seal in them. That's how he did it. Go back, read how he had to put them in vision. Moses wasn't going up on that mountain, y'all, because he was going up there to hear from. He was going to hear from spirit to spirit. He wasn't going up there to hear out of flesh. He was going there to see and to experience, to feel, and to get everything in vision to bring it back down to the people. You know what that vision is, y'all? That's spirit. John, when he was talking, all that stuff he was saying, when he went up, what was all that about what John was talking about? Spirit, you guys. That's the relationship I'm trying to make people understand. That's where you need to be today. Especially this day. Not that time and season, y'all, but in this day, you have to be in spirit and in truth. That's what it's about. And then he went on to tell me about Abraham. I said, what is this? Wait a minute. Why do you have to say you put Abraham in a deep sleep? And then a horror of darkness was over him. What was all that about? He said, Debbie, if you only knew. With these men, I got to lay them down. He had to lay. Now, why couldn't he create Adam and Eve at the same time? Why couldn't he just create Eve, take the rib, and make Eve right next to him so when he get up, he see her? No. I had to knock them out, Deborah. I had to put them out a certain way to seal something in them. That's how he do it. I have to put them in a vision, Deborah. I got to walk them in the spirit. Because if I don't, you ain't going to get the truth. And that's how it is today. You ain't getting the truth because a lot of them are not walking in the spirit. They walking in the flesh. That's why it's two awakenings. One for the flesh and one for the spirit. Which one are you? Can you be both? Sure. When that power of that spirit is awakened, it awakened the flesh to spirit and truth. So when I was asking myself, well, wait a minute now, hold up, Father, hold up. You had just put Abraham in the vision. How did he get knocked out in a deep sleep? What was that like? He said, Deborah, when I'm talking to him, I got to put them in a spirit realm. Because really, sis, they ain't ready for it. They ain't ready to handle it the way that he wanted sealed in them. That's what he said. He said, when I put them in a vision, or when I have to put them in a deep sleep, I said, well, wait a minute. Why did Abraham have to go in a deeper sleep than Adam? Adam looked like he should have been in a deeper sleep because he was a real taking out. Abraham, you just was telling things, and you just telling him some things. He said, but I had to put him down that way because what I was telling him was potent, because it's supposed to affect you today. What I told Abraham then when I put him down. And the only reason why I got to you is because I had to knock him out to put it in there. That's how he rolled. That's how he rolled. I had to knock him out and then turn around and say, and a horror of darkness was upon him. I'm like, wow. If you see how Yah does things to get men to understand things, you'll notice, why is he always having to put them in vision? Because they got their own mindset. They got their own way of thinking, to feeling. They got their own way of interpreting things. So he said, I tell you what, I knock you out to see what I want them to know 1,000 years from now. That's what he did. John up in heavens and all that, he was in a vision. So he wasn't even in himself. He was in a vision. I don't know if y'all ever been in a vision. I have many times. And I don't even know where they be coming from. But it don't be me. It don't be something in the natural. It be somewhere, it would be in a mindset that you know that is not normal and natural. You see? That's what he had to do. And I when he went on to telling me, and he took me through several of them that he had knocked out in a deep sleep. And I said, well, you did that throughout the biblical, Father, from Genesis on. He said, that's what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. That's the only way I can get it to be sealed in them. Just to tell Abraham about his seed in the land that they're going to be in their captive, he had to knock him out. He had to knock him out. Yes, he did. And it's just to take that rib out of Adam and close it back as a surgical. He had to take her and make her somewhere else. And then he brought her after he was completed to him. But now all this time, I said, well, wait a minute, Father, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, I got a question. That's why I get in trouble, y'all, in the wilderness all the time, because I ask some of the questions, but I think the Most High loves it because he always finds room to answer it. I said, Father, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, I got a question. Adam and Eve, I say, why is it that you made her separate from him and you had to bring her to him? You could have made her, when you said, created he, him, in my image, he and her. But why did Abraham last? Why was he in the garden without her for a time period? And this is my question to him. Wait a minute, Father, hold up. All this time you was creating, you kept saying it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. What happened when you said it is not good that man shall be alone? What happened? It wasn't good. You're the one created him alone. See, these are the sort of questions I ask. And don't think he don't come answer. He's going back to that deep sleep. To do what I have to do, I knock him out to complete what I got to do. And that's how he shows it to me. He said, see him, he's knocked out over there. He said he didn't amend him back. I'm over here working on her. You see, I'm over here working on her. So what? So he won't always turn around and try to get the glory. Look how he tried to get the glory. Flesh of my flesh. He ain't told you that was your flesh. Just like, I'm gonna let you all go. Just like Adam and Eve, when they had their first son, Cain. It told you that Adam and Eve knew each other. But when it came down to Abel, where did they knew each other? See, what is it? See, when it came down to his son after Cain had killed Abel, that next son, it said Adam and Eve knew each other and had another son. But what happened to knowing Adam knowing Eve and having Abel? See, you have to be in the spiritual realm, taught by the Holy Spirit to know these things. No, no, no. That's how come Abel was different from Cain. It never told you he knew Eve like he knew Eve when he had Cain. See, y'all know what he doing, and he know how he doing it. He don't need to answer to us, but I thank him because I ask questions in class all the time when I'm allowed. A lot of times I'm not allowed. It just takes me through through the scriptures to show me, and then he'll let Jeremiah say something to me. He might let Moses say something. He might let Abraham say something. Ezekiel say this to her. Tell her this here. He always like that a lot of times because he want me to get the hand-on experience. And he'll take me to that scripture and let them speak to my spirit. Okay? So I thank him for that. He don't have to do it that way, but that shows me the type of love he has for me. And I have accepted that. And I have that's why I got to praise him and honor him for what I know that he is, not what everybody's saying. And that's what makes it so hard for Deborah to hear all these voices in the land. It's because I know they just hooping and hollering. You know, a lot of them that you're hearing is feeding your flesh. So you're hearing it in your flesh ear and you're getting fed in the flesh. A lot of it is not spirit at all, and nor is it truth. So Sister Deborah, I'm not going to hold you longer. I appreciate you all coming and listening in, and hope again that we have another topic soon. And I appreciate you all coming out and joining me here on the live, on live stream. But know that he said it's no time and season no more, you guys. Kick it to the curb. It's that day. We're in that day. So it is no more playtime. That means no more playtime, Deborah. You ain't got no more playtime. Better get real in everything that you're not real in, because that's it. That's it. It's no more playtime. We don't have no more playtime, you guys. And I wish that it was not I wish. Let me stop saying it. I desire that we as the tribe of Judah will grow in love with one another outside of the hate that I can see from the wilderness. That's my desire. If y'all going to see that forth, it'll be him, because it's everything now is in that day. We about to see what we never seen. And a lot of it is going to be things we never heard, but yet it's going to come upon us. And the reason why we ain't never heard it is we so busy trying to feed our flesh information that we have not suffered to understand in our spirit through the Ruach HaKodesh. So I, Sister Deborah, hope that you all enjoy the live stream, and I will be back again. And I say thank you all, and I love you all, and I thank you all for tuning in. Shalom and shalom.